谢谢。
Please tell me you speak English.
I don't know why you'd say that. That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people.
I'm Detective Carter. Do you speak any English?
That's such a racist question.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Let me tell you, that's a racist question.
I cannot believe this.
But to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said. That's such a racist question.
You know, when you hear that saying, subs, not dubs, it's referring to two different ways you can generally watch a foreign piece of entertainment. Maybe you're watching Pan's Labyrinth, or you're watching Dark, which is really good, or even you watch Squid Games or whatever. Usually you have, well, not all the time. This is also very common in anime. You either have subtitles or you have dubs, which is like if you want it switched to English, it's some voice actor who's revoicing over the top of the movie, and it usually is terrible. I actually thought the English subs or dubs were okay for Squid Game. I would prefer subtitles always. You just don't get the same emotion, and it's immersion breaking to see like if the emotion doesn't match perfectly to their lips or their mouth movement or whatever the case is. But I happen to be with a godless heathen who prefers dubs, considering divorce, very strongly, because they like to play Candy Crush on their tablet while we watch TV. So anyway, the new West Side Story came from legendary director Steven Spielberg, and he had a pretty interesting take on why he didn't use subtitles. So for me, if you don't use subtitles in a movie, I can't watch it. I can't just fire up Pan's Labyrinth, or I can't just fire up your West Side Story or Squid Game and watch it and not understand anything they're saying. The idea is ludicrous unless you just want likes and retweets. So Steven Spielberg came out and said that he didn't use English subtitles in West Side Story because it would give the English power over the Spanish. That's a real thing Steven Spielberg said. That subtitles are racist or something like that. I didn't want to subtitle any of the Spanish out of respect for the inclusivity of our intentions. To hire a totally Latino Latinx cast to play shark boys and girls, he explained. Spielberg continued, "That was a mandate I put down to Cindy Tolan, who cast the movie, that I'm not going to entertain any auditions of anybody who isn't parents or grandparents or themselves from Latinx communities, especially Puerto Rico." Do you know that, first of all, let me just drop some knowledge here. Here we have a report from late August last year. About 1 in 4 U.S. Hispanics have even heard of Latinx, and 3% use it. Now, Latinx, this is a term that undoubtedly was created by a white woman, almost certainly, who has pronouns in their bio on Twitter. And it's a term, but you know, like Latinos, in my experience, are, and maybe this is just the way it is in Wisconsin, and it's, you know, your mileage may vary, so to speak, but they're more patriotic than most white people I know. You know, I would choose to go to any Latino 4th of July party over any one of the lame ones that are held in my neighborhood. And they see themselves as Americans, well, you know, Latino first, but also Americans. They don't want to be called Latinx. Latinos aren't down with your woke garbage. They work hard. They get ahead. They're one of the only generation or only races here, or groups of people, I should say, in America that consistently works for the next generation. You know, I spend a lot of time, talking. Look, there's a lot of Latino contractors. It's just the way it is. So whenever I'm having work done on my house, I talk to them because I'm not a jerk. And the overwhelming majority of them have family back in Mexico, and they're working like multiple jobs here, living, 3, 4, 5 to an apartment so that they can send money back home so the rest of their family can get here. That's their goal. They bust their rears their entire life to get their family here. They're not worried about themselves. So I have so much respect for that community, and at least the ones I've met. And I guarantee you none of them are going around with pronouns in their bios and talking about Latinx. Okay? We have 20 performers in our film from Puerto Rico, or they are Nicaraguans. No, Neuro-Ricans. What's a Nuyo-Rican? I don't even know what that is. The director said, and that was very important. And that goes hand in hand with not subtitling Spanish. You go like, what is this, Jeopardy? You pull 100 Latinos on the street, okay, who only speak Spanish or very little English. And you ask them, hey, would you prefer nobody understands you who doesn't speak Spanish, or would you prefer they do understand you? Like, you're going to have sections of this movie that 100% of the audience in some cases will not understand what you're saying. Do you think it's going to inspire them to go learn Spanish? No. If you're learning any language right now, it should probably be Cantonese or something from the Far East. If you want to be able to have, Spanish is good to know too, but Mandarin, if you want to learn other languages for business reasons. The idea that I think it's more disrespectful. So people are going to look at that part of the film and be like, what? What are they saying? Now, obviously, I have no interest in seeing a musical, so I'm not going to see West Side Story. I do respect it for what it is, and for the cultural impact it's had, but I don't think that, this is clearly performative, right? Look, I know I have Spanish-speaking viewers, Latino viewers. You tell me what you think. Would you rather white people who don't speak Spanish have no idea what your representation in the movie is saying? I do feel oppressed by subtitles. He then declared, if I subtitled the Spanish, I'd simply be doubling down on English and giving English the power over Spanish. So it's better to have your Spanish-speaking actors not understood. Got it. This is not going to happen in this film. I needed to respect the language enough not to subtitle it. I don't get that. You have to subtitle it, otherwise people won't understand the words coming out of your mouth. Although you're speaking English now, and I don't understand the words coming out of your mouth either. Not only does the film not feature English subtitles for the Spanish-speaking portions of the film, but the film's screenwriter, Tony Kushner, also revealed a number of changes to the new version. He told The Hollywood Reporter, there are things in the new screenplay that are true to what Arthur wrote, or actually the lines that Arthur wrote, and there are enormous amounts that are different. I was sort of surprised to find a lot of room for expanding certain aspects of the characters, changing certain things, like Tony's backstory, Maria's backstory, for that matter, Bernardo's backstory, riffs. Kushner went on to detail that they replaced Doc with a widow played by Rita Moreno. We changed one major character, my husband's idea. I told him I was going to do West Side Story. He said, what are you going to do about Doc? Ned Glass is a wonderful actor, but we always found the Doc character to be a little borscht belt. So he said, I have a great idea. Change Doc into a Puerto Rican woman and offer that part to Rita. Wow, what a great idea. I'll take things that probably never happened for 800, Alex. So I created this new character who was the widow of Doc, but who was Puerto Rican. And we offered to Rita, the first person we offered a part to, because I met her several times before I started working in the movie, and I revere her. He went on to reveal that there's a third party to the battles between the Jets and the Sharks. I want to set up a slightly different premise. That's this territory that's being fought over is actually being taken away by a third party. Ooh, I bet you they're white. By the Committee for Slum Clearance, using eminent domain. He also revealed that changes to the song, I took permission that I was given by the very generous rights holders to think about the song slightly differently. So they made it more woke and garbage. Again, this is probably that word reimagined. Wait, can I do it? Can I do it like Drinker? Hold on a second. Reimagined. Yeah, that's right. The idea that they're spreading spreading the message. Huh? Well, yeah, not for me, not gonna be for me. And I'd probably rather people understand the words coming out of my mouth, but I guess that's just me, a normal, not crazy person. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.